Today's video is the winner of the poll in the last live stream that I did. I'll let you guys, the viewers, pick the subject for the next video. Nearly 50% went to today's topic. And just like I said in the live stream, if this video tanks, I will never ever let you guys pick the subject again. So better make sure that this video does well. Share it everywhere. Or something like that. But without further ado, my name is Kaylee, as you all probably know by now, and today's video is going to be the top 5 of my personal archaeological discoveries that were made in 2021. And the reason that I'm picking my personal top 5 instead of a general top 5 is because I've made videos about archaeological discoveries in the past year, and this way there will be different lists on YouTube instead of the general top 10, top 5. This is just, my personal list. So at number 5, we have the Dead Sea Scroll fragments that were discovered in March 2021. To me, this find was incredibly important because it was the very first find of Dead Sea Scroll fragments in 60 years, which is quite a long time. They were discovered as part of the 4-year-long Israeli National Rescue Operation to survey the hundreds of caves in the Judean desert to prevent the looting of artifacts by robbers who will sell them on the black market. The newly discovered dozens of Dead Sea Scroll fragments date back to approximately 2,000 years ago and were found in the Cave of Horror. They found 80 fragments. These were researched after the discovery, and a very exciting aspect of this discovery is the fact that the name of God was written in the Paleo-Hebrew script, while the rest of the text was written in Greek. They discovered the naturally mummified body of a child as well in the Cave of Horror, and a large woven basket. Click the card in the upper right corner if you're interested in this discovery and if you haven't seen it on the channel yet. And yeah, go check it out. It was lovely, and there's a lot more information in the video itself. At number 4, we have the pregnant mummy that was discovered by a Polish team of researchers that were part of the Polish Warsaw Mummy Project. They've been crucial to the understanding of mummies, the mummification process, and the culture surrounding mummification from ancient Egypt. The mummy was long thought to be from a man, because the sarcophagi in which it was found contained a man's name. But during the analysis of the body, they discovered the mummy not only to be a female, but bearing a child in her womb. During the mummification process, the internal organs were removed, but the fetus was left inside of her body. This is highly unusual, and there are a few different hypotheses on why this was done. I loved making this video, and I was intrigued by the find, and I'm curious to see if we will discover more pregnant mummies in the future to figure out how unique of a find this actually is. If you want to learn more about this discovery and you haven't seen it on the channel yet, again, click in the upper right corner and go check it out, because there's a lot of information in that video and I absolutely loved making it. Next up, on number 3, we have the previously unknown group of humans that were discovered who are possibly connected to the Taolin culture in Indonesia. A little over 7,000 years ago, a young teenage girl died and was laid to rest in the Leong Paninga cave in Indonesia. The find in itself isn't that unique, but the fact that her body was well preserved, as the climate there is humid and humidity is really bad for the preservation of DNA, is quite unique, because researchers were able to conduct DNA research on her body and they discovered 2 amazing things. The first thing that they discovered was that her DNA does not match any modern human DNA, and it doesn't correspond with other DNA found of people living in the area at the time when she was laid to rest. So she's from an extinct lineage of modern humans with no descendants alive in modern times. But this wasn't the only unique thing about this young woman. So not only did this woman have previously unknown DNA from an extinct culture of humans living in the area, her DNA contained the genome of Denisovans. This showed that Denisovans lived in a far larger area than was previously thought, and that they migrated much earlier and much further away. If I piqued your interest on this topic and this discovery, then again, click the card in the upper right corner for the entire video where I go in depth about it. At number 2, I've put the oldest fossilized footprints that were discovered in North America. At Lake Otero, in the Tularosa Basin at White Sands, New Mexico, scientists have discovered the oldest human footprints on North American soil. This changed the current believed timeline considerably by at least 10,000 years, with a possibility of 20,000 years if further research confirms the possible older dates. For a long time, there was a large lake in the Tularosa Basin known as Lake Otero, and the climate was more wet, with the area being covered in vegetation and grasslands. When the last ice age ended around 12,000 years ago, the climate changed and the lake started to evaporate. The discovery of these footprints make people wonder how long the area was inhabited before these footprints became fossilized. And if you want to know more about this discovery, again, I highly recommend clicking that card in the upper right corner for all the information. And last but not least, at number 1, I've put the rise of Aten, the lost golden city in Egypt. The discovery was announced in April with a large press coverage. And this city dates from the reign of Amenhotep III and is approximately 3,000 years old. Hieroglyphic inscriptions found during the excavations helped date the site, since they discovered 3 seals of royal palaces of Pharaoh Amenhotep III. The city is now known as Rise of Aten, as Akhenaten, also known as Amenhotep IV, rose to power after his father's death. However, there is some controversy surrounding this discovery, so let's take a quick glance at that, because yeah, I like a little bit of controversy. There is another name used for this city, and I just mentioned it in the announcement of number 1, and this name is quite baseless, to be completely honest. The Lost Golden City. First of all, there's nothing golden about this city. Absolutely nothing. And second of all, it's not actually necessarily a new discovery either. The words Lost Golden City were simply used for marketing purposes to make it bigger and more special than it actually is. And the city is located within a site that was already known in the 1930s. They may have never really excavated at the exact location of the city before, but it was referred to as the Temple of the Royal Scribe of Amenhotep, son of Hapu. For more information about this discovery, again, click the card in the upper right corner for a more detailed analysis of it. But in the description down below, I've put the link to a video made by Ancient Architects who goes into the controversy surrounding this discovery, and I highly recommend watching that. Because, I mean, honestly, it's a good watch. So, here you have it, my personal top 5 archaeological discoveries made in 2021. I know this video is a little bit short and quite simple, but let's be honest, it's the 3rd video in 1 week, and yeah, I deserved a more simple video. And thankfully you guys voted for this one, because if you had voted for any of the other options that I'll put on the screen here, then I had to do a lot more research and wouldn't have been able to premiere this video at this point in time. So thank you all for voting, and yeah, we'll see how the video does and if I'll ever let you guys vote again. But if you enjoyed watching, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more of these kind of videos, and click that bell icon if you want to be notified every single time I upload. If you haven't seen my previous videos yet, then don't make me go and cry in a corner. But you've clicked cards in the upper right corner, I hope. And you can still go there and watch a video, or click one of the links in the description down below, or click a video in the end card. I'd also like to thank my patrons: Floyd, Barry, Vaughn, Jeff Henderson, DJ, Klaus Jepson, Ricky, Ira Whiteside, Malleus Flavus, Tom Barkwell, Dibler666, Timothy P. Smith, and Gerald Lamontan, with a massive thanks to CJMVEJBY. And I would like to thank my channel members of the highest 2 tiers as well: Phelps, James Fisher, Debo, Kevin Waite, and Ben Oppenheimer. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll have 1 or 2 videos up before Christmas, and during Christmas I will not work, and after Christmas, between Christmas and the New Year's Eve celebrations that we can't celebrate in the Netherlands because we're on a lockdown, I'll probably make another video. So yeah, sort of expect 2 or 3 videos before the end of the year, and after that I'll just have to see you in the new year. But yeah, please check out the other videos. If you're stuffed after your Christmas celebrations and dinner and you've eaten way too much, go check out a video or something. I don't know. I'm blabbing. Hey guys, bye. And was laid to rest in the Liang Panneke.